Thank you for tuning in. Today, here we have author Dr. Frank L. Douglas. He will be talking to us about his book, Defining Moments of a Free Man from a Black Stream. And if you can go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. I originally came from Guyana, which was British Guyana. It's in South America. And I came to the U.S. at the age of 19 to go to college. In Guyana, I came from very humble beginnings. My parents were actually quite poor. 5 of us lived in a single room and shared bathroom and showers, etc., with a number of other people living in single rooms in the compound. I was lucky in that I received scholarships to go to high school, as well as finally a Fulbright fellowship to come to America to study.
Can you go ahead and also tell us a little bit about your book?
Defining Moments of a Free Man from a Black Stream is actually represents my name. And in the book, I tell how I discovered that, because I did not know that until that time. It turns out that Frank, my first name, is Celtic in origin and means free man. And Douglas is Scottish in origin and means from a black stream. Hence, it's the defining moments of Frank Douglas. And in the book, I describe my upbringing in Guyana and the influence that the evangelical church, as well as school, particularly high school, had on me. In the book, I talk of the shock I received, I experienced when I first came to America, because I came 2 weeks before Martin Luther King's march in Washington, and was faced with racism, which I did not experience in Guyana. And why it was astounding to me, it was that the very evangelicals who taught us that we were all going to go to heaven and we should love one another, I discovered that now I'm in America and I could not attend some of those very churches. So in the book, I really discuss the various incidences that I had of racism, but I also in the book tell of the times when people reached out to me and the people who helped me along the way. And as I say on the cover of the book is really a celebration of many of those individuals who helped me along my journey.
That's great. That's such a great book. What inspired you to begin the journey of writing and publishing this book?
I have a cousin who is in America, is a professor, and for many years he has said to me, if people only knew how you grew up and now see the positions you hold on a global basis and positions you hold in academic institutions, they will find it very inspiring. I was on what I tell people was my 3rd retirement. I had just stepped down from running a small biotech company and had nothing to do. And also was not feeling well. I had the flu. And so in order to do something, I decided to write a book. The real inspiration, however, as I began to write, had a lot to do with our grandkids. And I really, as I say in the prologue of the book, I really wanted this book to be something which they could look at and know that they should never let anyone dissuade them from their aspirations.
That's such a great inspiration. And with every journey, there's always difficulties that we face. What would you say was a difficulty you faced in the process of writing this book?
Well, no difficulties in the process of writing the book. As a matter of fact, things just flowed. And I had not thought about it when I started writing the book. I then had to decide whether to go with a traditional publisher or what I was learning, self-publishers. It was 2018 when I was writing the book, which was the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King. And I wanted the book to be published in 2018. So I decided to go the self-publishing route. And that went actually very smoothly.
It's great that it went smoothly and you didn't face any difficulties and that you were able to get your message out there. What is one main message that you wish your readers would take from your book?
One message is never to let anyone tell you that you do not have value. The thing that struck me in all of the various episodes that I recite in the book, the thing that struck me is that people were not seeing the value that I had. And those who helped me because they saw the value that I had. So that is one message, that every one of us has value, and let no one ever tell you you do not have value. The second message, particularly for the white Americans, is that you have to try to walk in the other's shoe. And not until you have walked in the other person's shoes will you really have a sense of what they experience, the impact it has on their lives, and the lasting impact it can have on their lives.
That's such an inspiring message. And I think that's a message that, that we have forgotten recently with everything that's been happening. And that the fact that you went ahead and wrote a book about the difficulties that you faced is very inspiring. And I think it's something that everyone should take in mind into. For the people interested in purchasing your book, where is a place that they can find it?
Well, they can find it on Amazon. They can find it in Barnes and Noble. And it's also in several other bookstores.
Perfect. Is there any other message you would like to give to your readers or to your future readers?
Yes, the message, which is something with which I'm now quite occupied. In fact, I've just formed a company which I call Safe Haven Dialogues. And the message is that with systemic racism, we often forget the individual. And one of the things that struck me as I, like so many of us, were transfixed to the TV as we were witnessing the horrific murder of George Floyd. I looked at it, I saw the people on the sidelines horrified, and I was sitting there horrified. But in spite of everything that I felt, there was one individual who was experiencing all of it and who ultimately died. And it is very important to think about the individual and not just to think about racism as though it is some vague thing that may occur in organizations, may occur in companies, etc. It is about what happens to individuals who have been devalued.
That's such a great message. And like he said before, you can check out his book on Barnes and Nobles, on different websites and bookstores. Thank you so much for sharing so much about your book and what an inspiring story it is for anyone that would like to check it out. Thank you so much again for the interview. It was such an honor learning about your book and a little bit about the author as well.
Okay, thank you very much.